Oh, what's good? Goodness here. What's happening? How you all doing today? Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jay, and this is the Ono Tech channel. We're doing a live stream here about the Apple Magic Trackpad. And if you might be wondering, as you can see over here, there is the Ono Coffee. That's the main channel that we do here, all about coffee and everything like that. So where this is coming from is because I set up this editing area about 2.5 years ago, and everything was fine. And I've been using this MX Master 3 mouse from Logitech, and it's really, honestly, it's been a great mouse. And when I was looking up what to buy, when I set this up, I was like, well, maybe I should just buy an Apple trackpad, because that's what I use at home, and that's what I use trackpads on all the laptops and everywhere that I go. So why not just use that here? But I thought, you know what? I haven't used a mouse in such a long time. So let me get one of these nicer mouses. This was about $100 US. And this is the one that's technically designed for the PC. There's a separate version for the Mac that has some kind of dongle. But, you know, it's all Bluetooth. So everything works together regardless of the platform. So I bought this, and I've been using this for the past 2.5 years. And it's been overall really great. But recently meaning over the last like 6 months, I've started to have this pain like right here. And I was thinking, is it carpal tunnel? So I asked my doctor, is this carpal tunnel? Am I like in trouble here? And she was like, no, it's not carpal tunnel, but you know, and I feel like it's weak. It's a little bit of pain. So I've been trying to think about what is it that I've been doing in the world that, you know, would lead up to this. And of course, we closed our main coffee location back in July of 2021. So I really haven't been working in a cafe environment since August of 2020. So now it's been 2 years. Oh yeah, we just passed our 2-year anniversary. And so really most of my work has been, you know, at the roastery, at a desk, some roasting, of course, and deliveries. But, you know, I've been wondering, have I been lifting things or whatever? But I was thinking recently that, you know, I'm using this mouse, right? A lot of it's for editing, and maybe I'm just doing this kind of like moving motion, right? And maybe that is what's been causing this pain. So I thought, you know, what can I do about that? Let me see if I can get something to fix or to at least assist. And so I thought, well, let me go get the Apple trackpad. And so I was up at King of Prussia a week ago, and I went by the King of Prussia Mall, and there was an Apple store in there. And I went to look at the trackpad, and they have two. There's one that's white, and there's one that's black. And, you know, they do the same thing, same functionality. Of course, the black costs $150 US, where the white costs $130 US. Why is it more expensive? Because, you know, it's black and they can. But functionally, it's the same. And I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to buy the $130 one because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm kind of cheap. But then I was looking at the desk here, right? And, you know, I got the black trackpad. I've got this old keyboard, you know, the switcher's black, you know, things like that. And I thought, well, the keyboard, the speed editor is more black than white. So I thought, you know what, I'll just spend extra $20 and get the black one. Now, another part of this is that I've been thinking about packaging. Like, how can we improve the packaging of our coffee for our customers? And I've been thinking, you know, like I've been looking at different packaging types and talking to different people about their packaging. One of them is the Meerfeld Cigars. Reinhard Poren from Meerfeld was here visiting from Austria a couple weeks ago. And so we were talking about their packaging and, you know, what are they doing? What kind of boxes, poplar, and, you know, they stamp their own bands. You know, that's like lasers. That's like die stamped or something. And it's kind of gold plated. And there's a felt lining, you know, so things like this to give a more luxurious feel, you know. And I've been talking to people about, you know, different, you know, how do places like Louis Vuitton, Goyard, Hermes, how do they do their packaging? And of course, Apple's very good with their packaging as well. And so I thought, well, let me get this trackpad. And I was thinking I'll just run over to the store here in the local store and buy. But then, I wanted to see what is it like for the shop at home customer, the online customer, to order product and receive it. And that's part of what I'm thinking for the coffee, right? For Spro, is how do we make the entire experience something a little bit more, a little bit special, from, I was talking to another friend of mine, Chris Harvey. He's a wonderfully famous pastry chef based in LA. And I was like, hey man, what do you do for like packaging? He's for boxes. He's like, well, I said, what about those USPS pre-printed, priority mail boxes? He's like, those will not do. Those are not. If you're dealing with luxury products, you want to give a luxury feel, then you really need to have your own packaging. So that's the whole thing. How is the shipping box? What is the experience opening the shipping box? And then what is the experience opening the actual product packaging? And that's kind of what I wanted to see from Apple. And I thought that I would share that here with you today. So I know I've been talking a lot, but here's the box. Let me pull it up here. So on one side, of course, it has the UN 34081, which is required by law for anytime you're shipping like lithium batteries and things like that. And then UPS brought it to me. My usual UPS driver, Bill, is away. He's on vacation. So let's open up. So there's a pull tab. They made a pull tab here that has, one of these really strong reinforced, I guess, plastic that helps to rip open and make it easier to open the cardboard packaging. Oh, it just opens like this. Okay. And then it slides out, and that's pretty much it. It's very utilitarian, very simple. It doesn't really give a wow factor, and a little bit disappointing because you're thinking, oh, Apple wants to have a wow factor, and I really wanted to know if this is how Apple was handling it, or were they doing something special with their packaging? Because the options were to either drive over to the store and pick it up, which I would probably get a bag with it, or maybe they don't give bags anymore. Who knows? There's such a push against bags. Or I could have it couriered here. For $9, they would send a courier from the store to bring this item to me at the office. So, this was free, I think, shipping. So I went, well, what was the free? They said, oh, and that was another thing. I ordered probably Wednesday. And then it was supposed to be delivered today, Monday, the 14th. But when I ordered it, this is where they kind of excelled in this process. Is that they said it would ship here by the 14th or 15th, something like that. I think it was the 14th. And I bought it Wednesday. I think that was the 11th. And immediately they were like, it'll be there Friday. Oh no, it was Thursday when I ordered it. They'll be there Friday, the next day. So I was like, oh, well, that's great. Unfortunately, I was out of the office on Friday and they weren't able to deliver it. It does require a signature, so they weren't going to leave it on the stoop, which is good because, you could have things walk away, and that's never fun. We all know about that. All right, so let's have a look here at the Magic Trackpad packaging. There it is. It is nice. As always, Apple always has this really nice feeling, the tactile feel, smoothness of their box is always very pleasant. Now, it feels like it's sealed. There's a little sticker here. This sticker has kind of a little bit grayish. I guess that's to let you know that it's the black version. At least I hope it's the black version. And as Apple is good at doing their packaging, they have this little arrow that says to pull. So I guess I have to lift that up a little bit. Now, does that mean I just pull it this way? Oh, yeah. Wow. That's very nice. So you pull it out. So it's enclosed on all sides except for this one where the slide is. And of course, it's wrapped in this plastic translucent whatever cover. Oh, and there's of course I messed that up. There's a charging cable. we're using a lightning port. That seems like a dubious choice in modern times. USB-C and lightning port. How many people have USB-C ports? What the heck? Sure, there's a USB-C port on my M1 Mac Mini, but I don't, that's all taken up. You're going to give me, and then a lightning port? What's up with that? Why are we still with lightning ports when the whole world is at USB-C? USB-C should be the way it goes, right? Where is this? Oh, the MX mount, MX3 Master, MX Master 3 has a USB-C. It should be USB-C. That's irritating. At least I still have my, I do have a charging cable here for the phone, so that could stand in a pinch. That's a bit irritating, I gotta say. All right, so let's look here. This is the way it looks. Packaging. There's a Magic Trackpad book. I wonder what the book is all about. Regulatory compliance information. Warranty summaries on there. Okay. Update your software. One of the nice things, like, I don't necessarily have to read all of this. I mean, I probably will at some point. Okay, maybe I won't read any of it. But the nice thing about this, I like that they printed it, right? That's something that I think is missing in a lot of things in the world nowadays. It's like, oh, you want to need instructions? Go look online. We have them online in a PDF form. I don't really want a PDF. I want it printed. What if I can't get online? Anyway, so that's cool. There's a bunch of stuff there. But the nice thing about the Apple products is that they're very simple to use. They tend to integrate very, very well. All right, so let's have a look at our product. We're going to pull this open. Oh, and see how it folds over. Oh, and this is a little bit of adhesive. So there's a little tactile feel about. Maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this. Oops. Let's see if you can hear any of this. Smart, they keep it like that, so you have this, so the adhesive is on this piece, so everything wraps to it. Let's close that back up so that we can keep the packaging. I want to keep the packaging. Another nice little feature of this packaging is they have a little slot here on the wrapping, so that if you wanted to charge it while you're keeping it wrapped, you certainly can, and that's a cool touch. Gotta say, that's a cool touch. I'm going to slide everything back in its case. I'm not going to use that power cable because it's not really practical in my setup. So there it is, Magic Trackpad. Nice. Let's get this back out here. This is the bottom, and as you can see, it's also black. You can see this is kind of not indentured, but it's dented in there. It's kind of this. It's not really engraved. It's just kind of, false relief. What do they call that? There's also some of your information here, probably with serial number, and it's at a font size and coloration that I can't read. But the tactile feel is very nice. They've got 4 little rubberized type of feet that'll help you keep, solid on the thing. And the nice thing about this compared to my older Trackpad, the silver one, is that this is perfectly smooth. Look at that. That's perfectly smooth. That's really quite pretty. There's also here, there's some kind of slot. I don't know what that slot is for. Recharging port, and then there's an on-off switch. Can I put my credit card here? Or maybe that's a cooling. I mean, it's solid. I'm putting my fingernail in it. It's pretty solid. And yeah, there it is. Let's see if we can. Let me just drop a couple things here. Let's see what happens when we power it on, and maybe it will interface with the computer naturally. So that requires a good amount of, force. So it does something. It felt like it was doing something. Oh yeah. If I turn that off. Okay, so here's something that's interesting. With the power off, if I'm pressing like this, nothing. I feel nothing. It's only when you turn it on that you actually feel it, the tactile feel and of pressing down. I don't know why that is. I thought this is completely mechanical, but evidently it's not. Ooh, that's some sexy technology. All right, let's turn it back on. Turn it back on. There it is. That little switch is on. And let me see if I can show you this. All right, so let's go to our Bluetooth settings, DaVinci keyboard. Oh, I got to charge that too. There it is, Magic Trackpad. We're going to just connect there. It's already finding. Boom, done. Now, oh, look at that. Now I am already moving it around. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's not so brilliant. All right, so there it is. Let me go back here. We are back, and that's pretty much it. There it is. We have unboxed and installed the Magic Trackpad. That was super easy. Now I've got to go into the settings and figure out how to use it and what I'm going to use it, what kind of gestures are available for it, and how will I integrate that in with my DaVinci Resolve workflow. Huh? Maybe this could be the better thumbnail. Or better thumbnail. All right. That's pretty much it. There's the Magic Trackpad from Apple. It's kind of cool. Hopefully it'll help reduce my wrist pain. But thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you have enjoyed this. If you have any questions about any of the tech that we're doing here on this tech channel, we're doing, I'm kind of exploring what I'm interested in here, really. Like on the Ono Coffee channel, the Spro Coffee channel, those are really dedicated towards coffee. And so they're really focused on that. The Ono Tech channel is really just kind of like where I have other interests or stuff that we're using to support those other channels. Like you can also find the camera build videos that are, or live streams that are on here that talk about the cameras that we're using or other tech that we're using with the channel. So there'll be more of that coming, maybe even a shotgun review. And what's the other one of the shotgun and and the leather. I've been working on a leather project for a new journal. So I'll probably include some of those as we go along. And, along with every once in a while, other stuff that I think is interesting. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate you spending the time. Come check out the other channel, Ono Coffee, Spro Coffee. And if you're not doing anything on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have our weekly hangout on the Ono Live channel, ONOLIVE. We do coffee and cigars every Thursday from 8 p.m. to about 10 p.m. Eastern time. A whole little group of people come and hang out and talk, and it's a nice little time to spend a Thursday evening. So if you have the time, come join us. Otherwise, until next time, have a great one.